Well, moving on from these beauties, we go on to these ones. This is another pair that's been dropped off to me, and quite frankly, they are in, well, they're in horrific condition. If you're wondering what's going on here, the actual head shell socket itself has fused inside the actual arm socket and snapped clean off. That's not coming off in a hurry. Previous owner looks like he's actually tried to hack the underneath trying to take that out, and it's not coming off, so that is a big shame. We're going to try my best to get that loose for him. It's an expensive cartridge. That's the Qbert cart, but you can see on here, look, the socket itself is fused in there. Pins are all missing, so it needs a whole new socket, new arm wiring. Absolutely horrific, covered in corrosion. Pitch controls feel rough as arses. Trims need replacing, that's the least of his worries. These need blasting. Platters look terrible. The state of these guys. Now, when I explained to everybody before about when you have things sent in to me and you want to have them vinyl wrapped, this is where you're going to run into issues. So now, obviously, I wrap these all the way to the edge. And if you're going to have this wrapped to the edge, you're going to see all of the indentations and all the scuff marks. Wrapping is only as good as what the decks are originally. You can't polish a turd. It's the long and the short of it. So these are going to look a million times better once completed. I may have to go down the powder coating route for these, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to sand these down and wrap them. As for the platters, well, these have gone beyond the point of saving. I mean, you can already see here that the paint is already flaking and loose, so the only option really with this is to remove all the original paint and flatten them in a particular colour, or remove all the paint and polish them, which I think we're going to go down that route with them. But yeah, not very good at all. So they're going to take a little bit longer than as expected. So if you are one of the guys out there that's following this page and you're booked in with me and you've got decks in this condition and you think you're going to get them done in 5 days, you can triple it. There's no chance of getting these done in a week. Absolutely no chance. So think carefully before you book in. Think of the costing as well. I mean, this is not going to be cheap. Take away the fact that if I have to get these blasted and coated, okay, vinyl wrapping is the cheapest alternative, but you're going to see everything, even if I skim this down. So it really need blasting. Same thing goes for the arm assemblies, but you've got the bearings, you've got the pivots, you've got the arm. It's just expensive. So if yours is as bad as this, everybody, please think twice, okay? Work out the money you'd like to spend, work out your budget, and think realistically if it is worth you spending the money. I get these decks sent to me all the time, feet missing. And they think, the feet are missing, they're going to be cheap. Nope. So if your feet are missing on them, if you need bearings and the arm's not tracking properly, if your arm is smashed and broken, if it looks pitted and terrible like this, you are going to be spending a considerable amount of money restoring these, and there is nothing you can do regarding platters. I've seen a couple of real nasty horror stories where people offer refurb platters here in the UK. They get them back and they've been literally sanded to an inch of their life, sprayed and then sanded again. They do not look factory, and they've got black spray all the way up to the edge and they look terrible. So you really need to think before you commit to have this work completed, because that is not good. Even the pivot on top of the bearings the wrong way around as well. Actual locking pivot. Lovely stuff. So stay tuned with this, guys, because these are going to look completely different when done. And I keep getting a lot of people asking me about the original two that are in horrific condition. They are stripped. These are going to be stripped and going along exactly the same time. I'm going to work on all 4 of them together. So if you are wondering what's happening with the most horrific pair that we've ever seen in the previous videos, they are still on the bench at the moment. They were never actually officially booked in, and obviously my customers who are booked in are of a higher priority than any other decks that are here that are just, work on when you get some time free. So they are still being done, so don't worry. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what the outcome is going to be, to say the least. So stay tuned to the page, guys, because these two and the previous two will probably be done at exactly the same time. Thanks for watching.